I hope you're noticing a pattern here. We started with equations from M and B, nice and easy. Then we kicked it up a notch, found equations from a graph. Now we're doing equations from a table. And again, this is all stuff we've already learned. 3.6 is called slope on a table, right? If I want to find slope on a table, I do my little arrows and set up my fraction. But do you guys remember how to find what the B value is on a table? This was actually on the test. Is there a certain number I look for on the table, Vanessa?
Like if the x is 0 and then the number under it?
That's right. I look for an x value of 0, that y value directly under it, that's going to be my B value every single time, okay? So those are the two things. We already know how to do the arrows. We're real comfortable with that. Now we just got to focus on looking for the 0, because I think, if I remember correctly, a lot of people got a point or two taken off on the test because of that. I think it was on number 4, I want to say. So if I'm writing an equation, once again, repeating the same thing because it's that important, I need to find the slope, which is M. And I need to find the y-intercept, which is B. So when I have a graph, the first thing I do is look for where my two lines intersect, and I know that that point is my B. So here with the table, the first thing I'm going to do is look for an x value of 0. And I'm going to highlight that point on the table because that y value is going to be my y-intercept. So again, B is very easy to find. I'm just using my eyes once again. Step 2 says I'm going to go to my table. I'm going to find my change in y. Okay, so my little arrows on the bottom of my table. And I'm going to find my change in x, which is my little arrows on the top of my table. And I'm going to put my change in y over my change in x to make my slope. Now, anytime I set up a slope fraction, I've got to do this very important step, which is simplify. Again, that's another big point missed out on the test because we didn't simplify our slope fractions. If I have -4/2, I got to simplify it. All right? If I got 6/8, I got to simplify it as much as I can. And then just like on, what was it, Wednesday? Yep, just like on Wednesday, once I have my M, I'll plug it in for M. Once I have my B, I'll plug it in for B. So this is a little 3-step process. Look for the number under 0, do my little arrows and set up my fraction, and then plug them both in. Pretty straightforward. So let's take a look at this with this first table here. Do you guys see an x value of 0? Yes, you do. It's right there. What y value do you see directly underneath that 0? 6. So what is my b going to be equal to here? 6. That part's easy. Right, again, we're just using our eyes and a very surface level part of our brain to figure out which number is b. Then just like any table, I'm going to do my arrows. I'm going to do a couple arrows on the top. I'm going to do a couple arrows on the bottom. So on the top, my orange arrows. How do I get from 0 to 2? Plus 2. What about 2 to 4? Plus 2. On the bottom, how would I get from 6 to 12? What about 12 to 18? Plus 6. So I have a 2 and I have a 6. What should my fraction look like when I put those two numbers into my fraction? 6/2. Give me a thumbs up if you agree, Vanessa. It should be 6/2 instead of 2/6. Absolutely right. 6/2. Throw the 6 on the top. That's my y. 2 on the bottom, that's my x. Remember the phrase, why aren't you over your x? That still applies here, okay? Now, 6 over 2. Can I simplify 6 divided by 2? Yeah, what is 6 divided by 2?
3.
3. Right? This is almost exactly the same as yesterday, except instead of doing rise over run, we're doing the change from y to y over the change from x to x. Still simplifying, still going to plug in m and b. So my equation, y equals mx plus b. If my b is 6 and my m is 3, my equation is going to read y is equal to what? Anyone want to help me out? What? So let's take it step by step. First number I'm going to plug in is m. What did I find m to be equal to here? 3. Then I'm going to plug in my b. What did I find b to be equal to here? 6. There's my equation. Y is equal to 3x plus 6.
What would happen if we didn't highlight anything?
Say that one more time.
What would happen if we didn't highlight anything?
So once again, the highlighting is just so that our notes are easy to follow 2 weeks from now when we take our test. You're not going to highlight on the test. You don't have to highlight on the homework. This is just for me to make, or for you to make connections between ideas, right? A lot of times people get mixed up with the M and the B. They start to kind of fuse together. So if my M is always yellow and my B is always pink, hopefully that helps clear some things up, okay? What's that? This is week 7, yeah. So we have 1 full week next week, and then finals week is right after that, okay? I know.
Oh, we have finals.
Yeah. That's all right. We don't have a final in this class. We're just going to have a test. Go ahead. Okay? Everybody cool on that example? Quick show of thumbs up, down, sideways. How we feeling? Thumbs up. Feels pretty easy. I don't know yet, though. Thumbs sideways. I don't really know about this. Thumbs down. Sounds hard. Difficult. All right. Let's take a look at some more practice. Flip to your second page for me. I got to get this stupid thing open. You guys got the second page right? Yeah? Okay. Do you guys see an x value of 0 on that first table there?
Yeah.
X value of 0? Yeah? What do you see directly under that 0?
2.
I see a 2.
That's your b value.
That's my b. Right away I know b is equal to 2. Now, do I see any other zeros on this table?
Yes.
Yes, I see a 0 down here. So that extra 0 is going to try and trick you, okay? But is this 0 an x value or a y value? A y value. That means nothing to us, okay? I'm only looking for the x value of 0. And it's not always going to be the first point. If I look ahead to my second table, my x value of 0 is somewhere in the middle. That's totally fine too. All right, b value is done. That's nice and easy. What am I going to draw on my table now? Arrows. I got to do my arrows. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit different. On the top, how do I get from 0 to 1 and from 1 to 2? What am I adding?
+1.
Plus 1. Thank you. On the bottom, how do I get from 2 to 0?
-2.
Good. Minus 2. Minus 2. So when I set up my slope fraction, what is going to go on the top? The positive 1 or the negative 2?
-2.
The negative 2. And on the bottom goes my positive 1. Should I leave this as negative 2 over 1?
No.
No, I should simplify it, right? What is negative 2 divided by 1?
-2.
Just negative 2. Am I going too fast?
No.
Okay. So my b is 2, my m is negative 2. Now I got to write the equation. That's what this whole unit is about, is writing equations. So we need to find m and b in order to do so, but the end result should be a full equation. What's my equation going to start out with every time? y equals,
Negative 2x.
okay, I'm going to plug in my slope, which is negative 2. What am I going to slap on the end of that negative 2? On the end of an x, good, thank you. Now hold on, let's take it step by step. I got my y equals, I plug in my slope, I slap my x on the end. What's going to come after that? Plus 2. Great job. Box that up. There's my equation. All right? What you're going to do now is try the next two on your own. You're more than welcome to consult with the people next to you or in your group if you are stuck. But I want to see if you guys can get those 2 extra examples done on your own before we go over them. All right? So take a couple minutes, knock them out real quick, and then we'll see how you all did. Okay? Nice, good B value. So for B, we're looking for x value of 0. Is that an x value of 0? No. Where's the x value of 0? Point to it. Perfect. What's directly under that? 12. Okay, yeah, go ahead. So my B is 12. It's not always going to be this first guy. Sometimes it'll be in the middle. Sometimes it'll be. Okay, just look for the 0 and then look down. Yes, you did. Great job. Check the slope on the second one for me. Oh, the highlight. What's up? So from negative 3 to 0, if I look at my number line and I start at negative 3, to get to 0, what direction would I have to go? Left or right? Right. That means I'm plus negative 3. Right. And even if we ignore this, we just have this right here. Oh, obviously 0 to 3 is plus 3. This one's also going to be plus 3. Now the B value, we got. So the B value is just one number. My slope is a fraction. So for the B value, remember, we look for a 0x, and then look for where's the 0x here? That's right. So my B is just 1. So, do me a favor here. We're looking for an x value of 0. Point to the x value of 0. Perfect. What's directly under it? Perfect. That's my B. It's not always just the first guy. So same thing. I'm looking for an x value of 0. Point to the x value of 0 real quick. What's directly underneath that? That's my B. Yep. It's not always the first one. So for B, I look for my x value of 0. So where do you see the x value of 0? Perfect. What's directly under that 0? 12. That's B. Right? There's 0 here. You have 2. Don't worry. Everyone's doing it. This is why I threw that example in. It's not always going to be the first one. You're just looking for the 0. When Joseph comes back, yes. So, same thing. On that second table, where is the x value of 0? And what's directly under it?
Oh, so it's
Yes, this guy. So we're not doing anything. Just all we do is perfect. My B value. My B value is y. X is so what's my B? Yep, just like that. Except, so what is my how many times is 3 going to 9? Yeah. 3 over 1, which is just 3. It's 3x plus 12. How's it going? Okay, walk you through that. Show me where's the x value that's 0. The x value is 0. Perfect. What's the rest underneath that? 12? Boom, that's my b. Right away, throw it to the if I want to find the slope, I need 2 numbers. I'm going to do my arrows here, and my arrows there. How would I get to the negative 3x here? How would I get that? Perfect. So write a plus 3 everything. I know it's going to be constant. You comma, take a seat. And down here, how do I get from 3 to 12? It's alright. Just try counting. None. Plus 9 plus 1.
What? No, I really
Comma, why do you have your phone out?
So now my slope is going to be the water number You just wrote it. Yep. And what's the top number? 3. So 9 over 3. Yep. 9 over 3. Yep. Perfect. Now what's 9? How many times is 3?
Last time I did, bro, I'm never gonna do it again. I went to the movie after I did it.
3, 6, 9.
You told me to sit down.
So now I have plus it in, just like that. All right, let's see how many people made the same mistake on the second one there. Good. Good. Oh. That one looks good. This one we gotta simplify. 9 divided by 3, and then we still gotta write some equation. You gotta write the equation. 1 second. Here you go. Here you go. All right. I saw the same mistake over and over again on the second table, so I need everyone to pay attention real quick. A lot of you got it, which is great. Can I get a volunteer to read out step 1 for everybody? Go ahead, Yukon, but read it out nice and loud so everyone can hear. Especially those in the back that are talking. Go ahead.
Highlight the point on the table with an x value of 0.
Perfect. Look at this second table. Do you guys see an x value of 0?
Yeah.
Is it this first one, second one, or third one? Second one. I'm going to look directly below that. What do I see? 12. That is my B. It's not just the first y value that you see. A lot of us put 3 there. It's the y value under my x value of 0. Okay? Now to do my slope, I've got to draw some what again? Arrows. On the bottom, how would I get from 3 to 12? Plus 9. And on the top, how would I get from -3 to 0? Plus 3. Now, if this first one confuses you, just look at the second one. How would I get from 0 to 3? Well, that's a lot more obvious that it's plus 3. All right? So how am I going to set up my slope fraction? What's going to be on the top? 9, which is my y. What's going to be on the bottom? 3. How many times does 9 go into 3, everybody? 3 times. So I'm going to write my equation. Y is equal to 3x plus 12. Very nice. Give me a thumbs up if you got 3x plus 12 there. Michaela did, Alasia did, Hakeem did, Amir did. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I said that. Amari. I don't even have Amir. My bad. I apologize, Amari. There we go. So some of us got the B and the M, but then they didn't write the equation. The name of this unit is writing equations. So that's what you're doing, is writing equations. All right? Third one. B value. Do you see an x value of 0 anywhere?
Yeah.
Yep. What's directly underneath that 0? 11. That's my B. On the top, how do I get from -12 to -6? Plus 6. Good. And how do I get from 3 to 7? Plus 4. So I saw some of us with a negative slope here. We got to be really, really careful, because this is not a negative slope. It's a positive over a positive. 4 over 6. Now, what factor do 4 and 6 both have in common? 2. So if I divide the top and the bottom by 2, I'm left with 2 over 3. Can I simplify 2 over 3 any further? No. So my equation, y is equal to, what goes in front of my x? 2/3. What's on the end? Plus 11. Very nice. All right. Any questions I can answer on that? No? We feeling okay? Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started then. Once you get worksheet 13,